This show. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Q&A with Bree and Pat, and I am so blessed to have this real conversation about
Yes.
something we all have heard before, right? About hurt people hurting people. Is this always true, or do some people hurt people? Do some people choose to hurt people instead of healing?
Mm.
Or do some people hurt people do some hurt people choose to heal instead of hurting others? Let's talk about it. That's what I want to talk about it today. So today, first of all, hey Pat girl, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing today, girl?
Hey, look, I'm blessed. I always want to be transparent with my those that love me and those that are my audience. I always don't want to present this perfect person, but as we all know, life be life, and right, we have those challenges. So today's conversation is really a good topic because it's something that I am facing. And I just this what I'm going through right now is what kind of prompted this conversation, this Q&A for today, girl. And
Okay.
as you know, because we are not only friends but we're sisters, so you know
Yes.
what I'm talking about. So I was just sitting, like, going through something, and I was like, when you hear that phrase, hurt people. And
Hmm.
I've been in a kind of in a kind of a bad way, I will say, for this period of time. And when I can't understand it and I'm taken out of my comfort zone, I have to take it to God, right? I have to be
Right.
silent for a little bit, take it to God. And then I just was like, hurt people, but why do they hurt people? Why do hurt people? Or um hurt doesn't excuse harmful behavior, though. Just because somebody is hurting does not excuse their harmful behavior. So I'm just going through this little bump in the road, which I'm really over it. I am. I'm over it because that's something that we need to all learn, especially if you're dealing with mental health and or something like that, where you're dealing with people on the outside. We got to learn how to handle them, and don't let people just kind of live rent free in your head when you know that God has a purpose for you and you're doing bigger and better things. You have
Right.
to not let the enemy destroy you. So this is the reason for today's live. And guys, so I apologize about Tuesday's live, but we're here today. And I think
Yes.
that we're going to break it down to maybe one live. I don't know. We'll see how it flows. But Pat, I don't want to be sitting up here doing all the talking. And I know that, like all family, my one of my family members said that some family are family, the other ones are relatives. I like that. I like when they said that, because I was like, you're right. They still may have the same blood that you have, but they are relatives.
Right.
So and then this is, I wanted to have this conversation to possibly just help somebody out. So Pat, I know you've been, you can relate to what I'm talking about, or maybe not. We'll talk about it. And maybe for our audience, I know that there are people out here who have uh, people in their lives where you just don't understand why certain people do the things that they do. Like, you give them all the love you can, you give them the shirt off your back, and they still manage to find some way or somehow, or maybe
Wrong.
say that again, Pat.
I said they managed to find something wrong.
Something wrong, or something to complain about, or something to hate on you for. Like, what is that? Maybe it's in the workplace, maybe in the military sector. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're excelling, or you're moving up in rank, or you're moving up in your career, and it's always somebody who wants to bring you down for whatever their purpose may be. But this is the thing. because people are hurting or lacking in something else, it doesn't excuse the harmful behavior, right? Because we all experience pain, we all experience failure at some point in time, and pain can also, Pat, explain someone's behavior, but it doesn't automatically justify it, right? So, what point? At what point do we become responsible for our own healing?
From the beginning. You're always responsible for you. Nobody's responsible for you but you. And
That's
a lot of people, they're hurting and they turn that hurt into anger. And then they find one person and they target that person and
mhm.
they go after that person, and that person gets the brunt of everything that they're dealing with. If they think it could be that person might have got a, like you said, gotten a promotion, and they just might be like, well, their life is going good while my life is having some bumps in the road. So then you're the target unknowingly,
Yes.
and you haven't done anything, and you haven't done anything against this person. It's just they're like, well, how can they be having such a good life while or good things happening to them while I'm going through these trials and tribulations? And you just automatically are a target instead of them taking that hurt and trying to heal it. They take the hurt, turn it into anger, and they target it toward that person, and that person hasn't done a thing to them. And that's definitely not healthy. It's definitely destructive. It's going to definitely destroy relationships um, along the way. So people need to learn to take the time out and take care of themselves, heal themselves, because nobody's responsible for you. Nobody caused um, you to feel that way. Nobody caused you to not take care of you. You have to take care of you. Nobody else is responsible for you but you.
Yeah, you have to take accountability. And that's what I realized, when people, out of jealousy or whatever it may be, right? Emotions run, they're fast, right? Somebody hurt you, and well, let me speak for me, y'all. Let me speak for me, and y'all can put it in the comments, okay? Y'all can put it in the comments, but Bree going to speak for Bree right now. But I have this thing where because I have been around trauma and just negativity, I am quick, like, now that my identity, I know I have reclaimed my identity and my purpose. My thing is, I will not let nobody else take anything from me. So I'm quick to react with my emotions, like the audacity of you to come and bother me, and all I give is love and that, and I want to go and I want to defend myself,
Right.
right? So, but again, being a veteran and still in the mental health, under mental health care, I think you have to take a moment to pause, because, like you just said, Pat, you are responsible for your actions, your thoughts, your responses, even if it's a abusive relationship, right? Speaking to a young lady throughout my time, the young lady, it's like she was like, "Oh my goodness, like, what do I have? Like something on my forehead that says I'm the narcissist dream, like, But she had the that because she has been through some things, and when you reclaim and you're accountable for your actions and the things that you will not go through, this young lady was actually, smart enough to say, "Hey, this is
Right.
not for me. I'm going to remove myself," when she could have just, easily just kept repeating the cycle of, the person that hurt her, you retaliate and you hurt them instead of simply just removing yourself.
And some people say, well, I keep attracting, because you attract what you're putting out. You're still allowing the same behaviors to be done to you. You're allowing people do to you what you allow them to do to you.
Allow them to do, speak, preach on.
If you're allowing somebody to be narcissistic towards you, you're allowing that behavior. So once you stop allowing that behavior and deeming it unacceptable, then change will happen. So
Yes,
you're not really I falling for the same guy. You're allowing the same behavior from narcissistic people, and they see that you allow the behavior, so they do it.
yes.
If you don't allow the behavior and you're a narcissist, another person, it won't work on. It
Mm.
works on you because you keep allowing it. You have to set boundaries. And
Boundaries. There you go.
whether it's with family or friends or whoever, there's
In
a
the
boundary. Say,
workplace.
you will not speak to me this way. You will not treat me this way. And if you cannot follow within these boundaries, then you need to go on about your business.
That's right. And then how I like to say is cutting the head, the snake, the head off of the snake right where it stands. Even though you may love that person to the fullest, you have to love yourself first, Pat. And that's what that is the whole thing that I've been thinking about. Like, I have to love myself first, because
And
if
you
I
have
don't
to
love,
love yourself. And
say
and
that.
and not that I say you have to love yourself more. I might love you with all my heart or love somebody with all my heart, but I don't love you enough. I love me more. So I don't love you enough over myself to allow you to abuse me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. If you the more you love yourself, the less you'll allow people to come into
Yes.
your life and treat you any kind of way, right? So I think that we all respond to pain differently, right? Some people withdraw, some people
Yeah.
become angry, or people become people pleasers, and I know I'm the big thing for that. I always am trying to be a people pleaser. Or some people will jump in there and be like, oh, let me give them grace. Let me give them one more chance. And I was saying to the young lady, like, hey, it only take one time and one time only, because you all know that I am the founder of the House of Humanity, where I deal with domestic violence victims, and I try to give that guidance, right? And I will say, like, there are certain red flags, right, that any man or woman, okay, can do to me one time, and that's it.
Yes.
But I had to learn, right? One thing is calling me anything other than Bree or Bridget or Babe. You call me anything outside of that, that's a red flag. That's a red flag that you have devalued me, okay, outside of what my parents gave me and what God
Right.
gave me, the name Queen, beautiful. Anything outside of those positive things, that's red. I'm not going to give you a pass for anything outside of that. Number two
Definitely.
is physical abuse. One time,
Yes.
one time. Okay, I forgot who sang that song. One time is an old school song, but one time. Those two red flags right there has will allow me to know that you have devalued me to put your hands
Yes.
on me. That's a no go, right? So I speak to my domestic violence victims like that. Like, again, it comes back to loving yourself, okay? Loving and knowing your self worth. And that's even in the workplace, even as veterans, being the military, corporate people, right? You have to know your worth. What I love is we have a interview that we did with Dr. Sharice Turner. Big shout out to her. It was called Beyond the Degrees. And remember, we were talking to her, and they wanted to give her a position that was less than what her value was. Like, what, she had like 4 or 5 degrees, and they
Yep.
wanted to put her in a position, but she said, "Oh no, she knew her worth."
Right.
Right? So that's what we have to learn. We have to love ourselves, know our worth. Some people become caregivers. Some people seek healing, right? So my question is how have you seen people respond to hurt in different ways, Pat? And that's for all our viewers out there. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. How have you seen people respond to hurt in different ways? How do they do that?
I've seen people lash out at other people. I've seen people become just angry and bitter and negative about life and everything. And I've seen people to just totally withdraw within themselves until they figure it out, and then they're good, you know. But and then I've seen the people that have just like kind of like become self-destructive, whether it's through the use of alcohol or any other type of substance or whatever. I've seen people become destructive. So I've
Yeah.
seen many different ways of people doing it instead of dealing with the issue, not realizing that, whatever you use to numb that pain that's not positive is another issue that you're piling on top of the issue that you already have to deal with. Not realizing that, okay, it might be painful to deal through that, work through that trauma, but I'd rather do that than to add some type of other outside, just keep piling one thing on top of the other, to be angry all the time, to not be able to bask in the joy, of being alive and the things that God has presented us with, just being able to wake up every morning, not being happy to wake up in the morning. I could not imagine being the type of person that just woke up mad. Have you ever seen people that just look like, and you say, it's
The
just too
stone
early for you
face.
to be mad? It's like, it's too early for you to be mad. You
Right.
literally just get to bed. What has happened that you're mad already? You know?
Right.
Not
Right.
imagine being that type of person that you're just mad at the world until the point where you're not even thankful for waking up in the morning, for God opening up your eyes, for the beauty outside, for the small things in life,
Right. Well,
because there's people that
well, sis, what I was going to say to that, is some people who wake up like that or start their day with the stone face, the cold, hard face. Sometimes unhealed wounds can affect people's relationships or moods, unhealed, because again, from my experience, my just recent past experience, I was waking up in the morning just, you know, just angry. No, so sometimes I will say that, when you come across those people or you see someone like that, a simple, because you don't know what that person is going through, a simple good morning
good morning. Yeah.
and a smile, hey, how you doing? You
Yeah,
know,
that can change. Or just
that
checking
could
on a
change, that
person.
could change
That can
somebody,
change.
that could change somebody's mood or day because again, uh, these unhealed wounds can affect relationships or their moods, families, friendship, marriages,
Everything.
workplaces,
Everything.
communities.
Yeah.
So my next question would be: have you ever realized that someone was reacting from a place of pain rather than the situation in
Yes.
front of them?
Yeah.
Okay, these questions is from for my viewers. But what
Yep.
about that right there, Pat? This is what I think. Now this is family, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is family, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Like I said, hurt people, and I realize that they're hurting from things that I can't solve. But
Right.
whatever it is, God bless them. Cut the head off. Don't bother with me, right? Get some help. Like I'm gonna get some help. I'm gonna get some help so I can continue on. But I just realized that they're reacting from a place of pain rather than the situation in front. You're not really mad with me.
Right.
You're
Right.
mad with yourself, or
Or the situation itself, or the
or the,
situation.
or the situation that so sometimes you have to leave and set your boundaries, right, for other people to heal and get themselves together and not let them drag you down with
Right.
their unhealed with their problem space, because again, you can't help everybody, right? We can't help everybody, and healing is a choice.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a choice. And some people, they don't know how to accept help or ask for it.
Right.
Right. And they will go out and they will hurt other people. But it's like those boundaries have to be set because you have to, like I say, protect your peace.
Yeah, oh my goodness, yes,
You have
yes.
to protect your peace. And if that means until you get your situation handled, I have to step away from you, then that's what it's going to be. Because I'm not gonna sacrifice me for you. I'm not. I'm
Yes.
not gonna wake up every day mad and frustrated and angry for what?
Yeah.
Why? Why would you want to have that on your heart? If you just pray and lay it at the feet of God, don't pick it
Oh,
up
yes.
again.
Yes, girl. Oh my God. You didn't look. God is the You said God, and it's just like, yes, yes, Father. Let's go on. Bring you on in the room, Father. Bring you on in at the table, Lord Jesus. Like, God, you have to let God be the forefront of your life. Pat, that's good right there, because I was just on a show, Mirror Mirror, which will air this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke about putting God first, keeping your eyes off of man
Right.
and putting it on God. Because I'm telling you, if it wasn't for me putting God in my life and making that choice to be healthy,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be here today. You know, um, God is, you have to keep God. If you are a believer, even if you don't believe, right, you have to believe in something,
Right.
something to say that I choose better for myself. This can't. I don't want to be this way. Again, it all comes from a decision. You know, chances over choices. I speak as in my early speaking. I always spoke about chances versus choices, right? And our past may explain us, but it doesn't have to define us. Every one of us has the opportunity to choose healing over bitterness. Okay, every one of us have a choice: growth
Yes.
over resentment and purpose over pain. So if hurt people are hurting people, then you choose to keep in that cycle. But us, for those who be like, you know what, I've done all I can. Remember that you can't save everybody, you can't please everybody, you can't, bring them out of their own pain. Only they can.
When they're ready and when they're willing to do the work to come out of that pain. Either you, like I said, either you're gonna lay down and wallow in it, like my uh, parents used to say, or you're gonna stand up. Some people choose the sand, some people choose to wallow in it. And if it, no, no, I choose to stand every day. And it's a
That's
choice you
right.
have to consciously make every day by the grace of God. And that's the only way to make it and keep moving forward.
That's right. The question was asked, and a big shout out to Kimberly Washington, who is the founder of Mirror Mirror. She, when the question was asked, so what if what do you say to someone who's just like, I tried that, I did there, I've been there, I've done that, and they're so, they're battling with you. Well, they're not really battling with you, they're battling with themselves. And it's like I say, no matter how many times you fall, get back up. Get back up, dust yourself off, so that's something I had to say to myself. How many times am I going to allow people to hurt me that I love? How many times? How many
Before you get
times am
to that
I going to allow the same people over and over and over and over and over and over? And I'm like, I love you. And you're like, I love you sometimes, only when you're doing things for me. And how many times am I going to keep taking my mental health up and down, because I love, love, love. I give, 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 and I get nothing back.
But one thing you're gonna have to do, you're gonna have to learn to love people from a distance.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
I can love you.
Amen.
If you're detrimental to me, I can love you from a distance.
That's
I
right.
have no hard feelings against you. I still love you, but I'm just loving you from a distance. You can't be close because your closeness is breeding toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to love you from a distance until you are willing to acknowledge what you're doing to that impacts others and not just yourself, and change that behavior.
That's right. And that's another reason why I say, I look, birds of a feather flock together. So I
Yeah,
choose to leave those birds flock over there,
by
because
themselves.
by themselves. And I choose to be over here with the eagles, okay? Soaring,
Soaring in the
soaring
sky.
high, because I'm not going to let anybody bring me down and disrupt the path that God has for me in my purpose. So my question to my audience is, do you believe hurt people hurt people? Write it in the comments. Share your voice, share your thoughts. Have you ever been hurt by someone who was carrying their own pain, and you try to forgive them over and over and over, but then they just keep bringing you back in that circle of hurt? What helped you begin your own healing journey. Now, I like to comment on this because one thing I would say is what helped me begin my own healing journey is knowing who Bree is. Okay, who Dr. Bree is. Dr. Bree did not get to be in this seat, in this space, in this time, in this position by letting people drag her down, be negative, and say what their thoughts of me. It just didn't. I didn't. So what helped my a healing journey was first realizing who the hell I am, if I may cuss, y'all.
And
Yeah,
not and not allowing who you are to be determined by others. You
that's
determine
right.
who you are. Not other people don't determine who you are. You do it. So
That's
you can feel however you want to feel about me. As like I always tell my granddaughter, I said, the way other people feel about me is not my concern.
that's that's it.
How I feel about myself and what I know about me is what I'm concerned about.
Because your story is your truth,
Yes.
yours and yours only. You can't help what other people say or do. You can't.
And you
That
can't
is-
let other people write your story for you.
that's
And
right. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Pat, go ahead
you
and speak about it now.
you have to write your own story. Don't let people write your story for you. Your voice is important. Speak for yourself, not
That's right.
only others. Speak for yourself on your own story. Write your own pages. Don't let people do it,
Don't let
because
people
people will
dictate.
write
That's
terrible pages because of, and you don't even know why. Because of
that's right.
jealousy, envy, or something silly that you don't even know why. Write your own story.
Write your own
Be your
story. I
own.
tell you. And guys, this is really the today's topic is really again close to my heart because if I didn't practice what I teach, I would not
Yes.
be here before you today. And that's real talk. That's real facts. If I did not practice what I preach, I wouldn't be here today. So I'm inviting you all to whoever's listening to this live. And if you are going through these things, know that you have a choice.
Yes.
Okay. Know that you have a choice. Work on healing yourself. Healing yourself. And how do you break those unhealthy cycles instead of passing them on? Because everything that I teach, that I talk to you guys about, all right, I'm passing it on to the generation behind me. Any young person that comes in my life or any young person that comes in my path, I'm always ministering or talking to them, encouraging and empowering them that you can break this cycle. You don't have to be that your pain does not have to define you. Get
Right.
up underneath someone who will encourage you and empower you. That's why I leave toxic people where they are. And I choose to be around the people like my sister or here on the other side of this
Yeah.
camera who says, girl, I got you. What you need? You want to go out? You want to talk? I'm here. Those people that have been on my phone, big shout out to Barbara, love you, girl. If you're watching, all those who have poured in me, my aunts, just those family. I just look, all of those who have poured into me is so many, too many to name. But I want to thank y'all for letting me to reminding me that I don't have to take any of this. Now it's my choice. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a job to do. God has a purpose for me. And if the people that are in my life are not walking on the same path, then you have to let them go. And that's even if it's in your relationship. If the person in your relationship is not going the same direction that you are trying to get to, then you have to cut it. You have to cut the cord.
Yep.
You have to cut the cord. If your job is not aligning with where you are trying to get, and nobody's trying to help you get there, then there's always another door that can open. At the
Mm.
end of the day, we make the choice. So
Yes.
I want to also say if today's conversation reminds us reminds us of anything, let it be this. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can choose what we do with it. We don't
Mhm.
have to pass our pains on to someone else. we can choose to heal. We can choose to grow and become the person we needed when we were hurting, right? So I
Yes.
want to thank you guys for joining me today. And this is from service to significance and breaking cycles, building legacies, and not letting nobody or nothing stand in your way. I'm Dr. Bree Charles and my co-host Pat Smith, and we'll see you again on the other side. Thank you all. Love you, and I'm glad that I'm still with
Bye.
y'all. I'm gonna keep pounding. See y'all.